Up. Got a Kizer. Yeah, this is a Kizer Torngat. 3¼ inch blade, Jonathan Styles design, S35VN, satin finish, titanium handle. So this Torngat, I have passed on it several times because I just couldn't get the price right in my mind. Looking at the knife, the style of it, it's got a big pack of extra screws here. I'm guessing that's every body screw and possibly the steel insert liner screw. One sticker, cleaning cloth, all the stuff goes in there. But I passed on this knife several times because I just couldn't get my head past the price that they were asking for this. Because it's like $169, reaching up towards 200. It's got a little titanium insert and a pocket clip that's been anodized, full titanium scales, titanium backspacer that's been anodized, that has a integral lanyard hole. And the only other thing it's got anodized titanium collars for the pivot, and it's only been machined on the non-show side, so I'm a fan of that. Let's get that blade out. Yeah, Spidey flick, thumb flick. Yeah, hollow ground, dual grind. It's got like a swedge built on the front. And so you've got two tips. You've got this tip and then the needle up there, but you could cut with that other tip that's created here. Yep. So, let's get rid of the distractions. There's just something about the overall look of this knife that I just couldn't get past at the price point, $169. I just felt like, I don't know what I think about that. So now I have one, which means I probably got it at a good, a price point that I felt was reasonable. Spidey flick is wonderful. Yeah, that little triangle cut in there, the way the finger locks in to this far edge of that, yeah, that works massively well. Like with a lot of frame locks, I can struggle by getting my fingers up onto the lock, but if I keep my fingers off, the thumb flick works well. But like I've already done in this video, I grabbed onto that lock bar and it can make that difficult. I'm going to help this lock mechanism a little bit. Centered blade, super hydraulic action. I wonder if I could slow roll that. I mean, it's kind of difficult. It sort of has a Woody Woodpecker view, right? Like I just saw that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm going to pay attention to this lock bar. Looks like we're not quite half there. Let's get in it. Break it down. We'll check it in. Labeling Torngat. It's got a model number here, and then S35V steel there, and then the Kizer logo. Yeah. Captured pivot. It's got a little bit of Loctite on it. And then it looks like it'll be T6s on a couple of scale screws. Yep, just these two. It doesn't look like the pocket clip will need to come off. How's the tension on that? Let's check that before we disassemble. We'll go backwards one screw. And let's check that pocket clip. Thick stuff. Yeah, what an interesting look. Does leave about a 1/2 inch exposed, but there's a thickness and an interesting profile going on there. I don't dislike it. Yeah. I mean, it's got okay tension. The blue anodizing, definitely would draw somebody's eyes to that. I mean, if you were standing in line at a convenience store, eyes would be drawn to this 100%. It almost looks like it's lit up. Like it. You know what I mean? Interesting. I think I may try to put a little tension on that, just because I'm down for tension on a pocket clip. That's how I roll. I want them to be held in the pocket. I don't want them flopping around. And what if I gotta run the next 3 blocks? I couldn't run a block, man. Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm out of breath on a good flight of stairs. You know what I mean? And there's reason for it. I don't want to get preachy or nothing, but it doesn't help that I smoked for, the better part of my life. Many years. I'm pretty sure I smoked over 30 years. And I'm paying for it now. But I will say that it's interesting how, if you'll take care of your lungs, even late in the game, your lungs can respond positively. And mine are. They're doing pretty good, considering, all things considered. There's the collar on the other side. All right, I do want to pull this pocket clip because I'm going to make an attempt to put a little extra tension on it. So I think I'm going to pull these 2 screws and I'm going to attack that right away and just put it back on, because sometimes these screws don't quite match up. So let's see if I could just do it by hand right here. I mean, I feel like I'm making progress on it. It's not easy. I don't know if I gained on that at all. Let's get a towel. Help me grip it a little bit, because it's biting into my fingers, catching me a little bit. All right, let's move up in the frame slightly. And let's take another run at that. Yeah, I don't know if I gained it all on it, but that's what I'm going to go with. Woo! Yeah, even with a towel, man. Look at the impression of the towel on my thumb. I mean, I give it my all, y'all. And that rhymed. I'm a rhyme master. Not really. I mean, I gained on it because the amount of tension under there now is significant. All right. Well, let's do some wiping, some cleanup work. So it was lubed with grease for the bearings and the pivot. Beautiful tool steel looking S35BN going on here. Gorgeous. Yep, I love it. Is the DOGE killing it or what? I mean, is anybody shocked that they're finding misappropriated funds like that? I mean, I'm old enough that I remember, it wasn't like, I'm pretty sure the 70s they were talking about how they uncovered defense spending, like, spending $3,000 for a screw or, $15,000 for a toilet on an airplane, just full misappropriation of funds. So, I mean, I'm not shocked. I'm kind of glad it's happening. I mean, I don't get too hopeful, man, because politics and government, there's so much corruption, man. I believe it's all corrupt. Power and money, that whole thing, man. Like, it's hard to avoid the temptation to use your position and your power and influence to make yourself wealthy, to peddle influence to your friends and crony. It's just, it comes with the turf. And that's why I am hugely in favor of term limits. I mean, I think they should all, have terms, because inevitably you create a hierarchy, a monarchy, you know, and you just got to turn that over, man. You choose to go serve and you struggle while you serve, but you serve your country, your club, your organization, whatever it is. And then after you serve, you deserve a little respect and some honor, maybe, on a couple of different levels. But move on. You don't peddle influence in the organization anymore, whether it be government, private business, organization, whatever. Yeah, but what do I know? I mean, I'm not very political, man. I don't get involved, and I kind of, doesn't mean I don't have opinions on it, because I do. I got opinion on everything, man. It's crazy when people go, I don't have opinions about that. Okay. But I ain't scared. I'll tell you what I think, man. But the fact that they're uncovering it kind of makes me a little hopeful, in the sense that maybe they'll do something with it. They're uncovering it. Will they fix it? But then, of course, it looks like the establishment's up in arms, man. They want to shut it down. Oh, you can't fix all that. All that. What? It's stunning. It's bizarre what's going on with all that. It'd be interesting to see where it goes. I forgot to look at this lock. So when it's locked up, it's basically right there. Yeah, and so it's tuned right where it needs to be tuned. Yeah, and I am not going to mess with that. How about we put the collar back in? All right. Check these pocket clip screws just to be sure. Yeah. And one time on the pivot, I felt like it might have been a little tight. Nah, we solid. We solid. I mean, let's talk about this action. The Spidey flick. Oh, man, is that money. That is so good. The thumb flick's good. I just got to remember, I just got to stay off the lock. The lock. Yep. The thumb works wonderful. It just doesn't work as well if I get my fingers down on that lock like that. Like my fingers are on it. Yep. Because one of the things that happens when I go to throw that thumb flick, I squeeze. I'm squeezing these fingers together when I throw it, and so it creates tension. Yeah, but other than that, it's running wonderfully. Just keep my fingers from where they don't belong. It's definitely A level, A or A minus. I mean, if I judge it off of the Spidey flick, I'm probably going to call it an A action. I mean, it's good. Access to the lock bar. This is lowered, scalloped on the actual lock, and very intuitive to get in there and disengage it. The detent is high enough that I'm past it right there. Yep. Yeah, wonderful. Let's check that detent on the closed side. Sucks that blade right in there. There ain't no throwing that out. Yeah, very nice. I mean, it's an A to A minus. It's really good. Let's do the ergonomics on this now. Oh, pardon me. I felt like I was wheezing there. Just talking about my lungs. Now I'm wheezing. That's what you get. Sometimes you should just keep your head down and be humble. You don't have to talk about everything because sure enough, right? Idiot. Ergonomics. Yeah, very comfortable. Everything is knocked down, comfortable, like thought through. The jimping on the backspacer, that's some combat stuff right there. So it digs into the palm. Where I fit here, you got two options here on the spine. You can go back here, or you can get up on top, and both are comfortable. Yeah, it's wonderful. Reverse grip on this, it's money. Yeah, very comfortable. I mean, just to knock down the fit and finish on this knife is really good. But yeah, this works. And with the little clip point going on there, I mean, that's kind of doable. And then, of course, it gets bonus points because this is a legit grip on this knife. Yeah, coming in with that Bacall, that reverse grip. And I'd much rather be here than here. Yeah, this grip definitely works on this knife. It's very comfortable, and yeah, this knife can be wielded just like this. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Pocket clip. How'd we do? Because, I tried to put a little tension on it. Took all I had to get to it. Let's just check it in standard material. And yeah, that thing's going to survive a tumble in the dryer. Hear it ping coming out of there? Here, listen again. Yeah, it's got a little ping just as it comes out in that back pocket. I dig it. Like I say, I think that this is going to draw somebody's eye to that in your pocket. Like they might have overlooked it if that wasn't on there. So keep that in mind. It's just an observation, and the reason I'm saying it is because as I'm moving these around here, it catches the light a certain way, and it just boom, just really brightens that up. Now I'm not against it. It wouldn't affect my thoughts on this knife at all, but I know some people are really trying to carry EDC in a manner that is not noticeable. Whether it be a firearm, a knife, any type of self-protection, they want to do it concealed and on the down low. I'll be honest, I'm in another camp, man. And we can have that debate if you want, but I personally think that, the thought is, well, if somebody comes in there to rob a place, they're going to see you and your gun, and they're going to get you first. I don't think when people are coming in and robbing a place, they're looking to see if Joe Schmo is carrying a gun. I think by me not concealing deep like that, the advantage is I can access my weapon quicker. And I don't think anybody's coming. I don't think that if somebody's robbing a gas station, they're coming in and assessing everybody they see and going, okay, what about that guy? What about that girl? What about her? Does she have something in her purse? I think the whole idea about strong arm robbery like that is up in your face. Are there exceptions to the rule? Yeah. But I don't deep carry. And I'm also not against just open carry, you know, because I think it's a deterrent. I see it as a deterrent, not putting me in the face of a problem. I think it could absolutely keep me from somebody's aggression. I know that if I was losing my mind and felt like I wanted to assault somebody or strong arm rob somebody, that if I saw a weapon, I might go, I think I'll get the next one. I'll bypass that. Just my thoughts. What about safety? I don't know why I went on that rant. It's because of this clip. It's because that, I think the way it was sticking out of the pocket could draw eyes to that. So be aware. I mean, if you're getting the knife and you're into deep carry like that, this may not fit that scenario for you, because I think it absolutely in the pocket, eyeballs will get drawn to that. It catch the light a certain way, and you can't help but go, "What's that? Oh, he's got a knife in his pocket." Safety. Can I contact the blade? Can I pet that doggy? Nope. And the tip is recessed nicely, so the clip's good, tip's good. I can handle this knife any old way I want, and I'm not going to make contact. Let's check the lock. Yeah, it's legit. Legit. And what's left, a couple of things. One is it sharp, that hollow ground? I mean, it's sharp, but I think it needs a strop. It's got some boogers on it. What about that top bevel? I mean, I think they did better on it, but it's sharp, but it's kind of boogery as well. So let's run a quick strop on it. I'm gonna use the little work sharp strop because I definitely want to stay high on the bevel. I want to keep the knife at a high angle. I'm just looking to rip off any loose burr. And if this doesn't do it, my next option would be I could go deeper into another strop, or potentially ceramic. I could do some other stuff. But 2 passes on this strop should do a good job of ripping off any just loose burr there that's affecting this knife's ability to cut paper and be razor sharp. You see what I'm saying? Like, it made all the difference in the world, just a quick strop. What about this one? Yeah, the same. It's like a razor blade now. It just had the tiniest little burrs on there. Needed a quick little strop. No issue. Very sharp. All right. Let's talk about that thing I started with, is the price and availability. The Kizer Torngat. Okay, well, like I said, these have been 169 plus for a long time, and you can find these now. And this particular one, you can find it over at Timber's Edge Knives for about $111, 112. If you'll sign up, subscribe over there, you get a 10% discount, and with that 10% discount, brings you down to like $100 for this. And over at Timber's Edge, that's no tax and shipping included. Yeah, so to your door, about $100 if you subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, then you're like just a tick over $110 versus the 169. I mean, to me, that makes this knife viable. Full titanium, S35VN, hollow ground, dual ground, excellent clip, wonderful fit and finish. I mean, yeah, is this a tick over $100 knife? Absolutely. Is it a little difficult for me at 170, let's say? Yeah, but it's in line now. So if you're interested, go check them out over there. Appreciate y'all watching.